Now, this is the moment when hearts begin beating a little bit faster backstage. We're about to begin the interview competition, and I'll remind our audience that poise, intelligence, personality, and the content of the answers here are equally important in this competition. Now, for any contestant who feels you may have difficulty understanding or expressing yourself in English, we have interpreters from De La Vega Professional Translating Services standing by, and we'll meet first Miss Jamaica Kimberly Mays. She's 21 years of age from Kingston. She's been a model all over the world. And you should come over here, my dear. Right here. You've been in Paris and Tokyo and all of this. You had a very successful career, but you're talking about starting another one?
Yes, I'm going to start broadcasting in Jamaica, hopefully. We're going to have 2 new stations, another TV station, and so there'll be a lot of job opportunities, and hopefully I'll get one of those.
What would you like to do?
Television broadcasting, the news, or maybe start my own show.
Tell me, if you will, what it's like to grow up in your home country.
Well, it's very different from growing up here. My brother and I, we had to make our own toys. And at school, we had to wear, most of the schools, all the children have to wear uniforms. And I think this is great because you can't tell the difference between rich or poor, and it's a great disciplinary factor for us.
Thank you very much. Would you step over here, and the judges will give you a score. Miss Jamaica. Next is Miss France, Mareva George. She enjoys modeling and yoga, grew up in Tahiti. She lives in France now, where she's a university student. We have a translator standing by, just in case. What are your plans for the future?
Oh, after this pageant, I will go back to France to pursue my title as Miss France, and in September I will pass my exam to try to have my diploma.
What will be your, what's the word, specialty when you graduate? Do you understand me? What will she specialize in?
Quelle sera ta spécialité?
Je fais quelque chose d'assez général en ce moment, et je vais me spécialiser par la suite dans le tourisme.
I am presently doing general studies, and I subsequently will go into tourism.
This is a silly question. You walked on hot coals once in Tahiti. Why?
Yes. C'est une coutume qu'on fait chaque fête de juillet à Tahiti, et j'ai voulu essayer afin de savoir quelle expérience c'était, parce que j'estime que c'est une expérience merveilleuse et qu'il faut vraiment y croire pour marcher sur le feu.
What did she say?
This is something that we do every July in Tahiti. It's a tradition, and I wanted to try it out because I wanted to see how it felt to experience walking on fire.
You wouldn't do it again?
No.
All right, thank you very much. Would you please step over here? This is Miss France. All right, next we have Miss Yugoslavia, Natasha Pavlovic, who's an actress, appeared on stage and television. She would like to start her own production company someday. I discovered why your English is so good. You are a UCLA graduate. Now, why would you like to have a production company and take on all those headaches?
Well, I would like to dedicate it to my grandmother, who has inspired all her grandchildren so much, because she grew up during the German occupation in Yugoslavia and raised 7 children and gave all of herself, her spirituality, to all her grandchildren. And I'd like to make a movie about this based on the novel that I'm writing.
You know, any producer has to be a good salesperson. Are you good at sales? Can you sell well?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you can. We wish you all the very best and good luck. Would you step over here, please? Let the judges have a moment. This is Miss Yugoslavia. Next is Miss Paraguay, Vivian Benitez. She's a third-year law student who's putting herself through law school working in a bank. And we have a translator standing by. You are going to be a lawyer soon. If you discovered that your client was guilty, would you defend him? Would you like her to translate?
Vas a hacerte abogado pronto. Si fueras a descubrir que tu cliente era culpable de los cargos, ¿lo defenderías a pesar de eso?
Creo que mis principios no lo permitirían que lo siguiera defendiendo.
I believe my principles wouldn't allow me to continue to defend him.
Very good. A change of subject. Poetry has been very important in your life. Why?
La poesía ha sido algo muy importante en tu vida. ¿Por qué?
Sí, realmente eso tiene una historia. Yo era una niña muy tímida y he estudiado poesía desde muy pequeña y eso me ayudó mucho a relacionarme con mucha gente y a ayudar a muchos niños también.
There's a story behind that. I used to be very timid as a child, and so I started reading poetry, and that has helped me to relate to other people and to also relate to children.
For wonderful memory. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Would you step over here, please? This is Miss Paraguay. Next is Miss Curacao, Jacqueline Krieger. She's 23 years of age. Back in Curacao, she works in public relations. Jacqueline, you said you wanted at one time to enter the Miss Universe contest because you would want to tell people about your home country. Now, you're going to reach 600 million people tonight. What would you tell them about Curacao?
Well, my island is a very friendly island, like a lot of islands. The people are very friendly to everybody, and it's always sunny there. It's an island in the Caribbean, but a lot of people don't know. And we have a Dutch style there. There are some houses with who have a Dutch style, and that's very typical in the Caribbean.
So everyone is invited.
Everybody, from now I invite everybody there to my beautiful island.
All right, let me change subjects for a moment. You're into classical dance and pantomime. Could you give me a little sample of just a small bit of pantomime? You don't need a mic for this. There you are, Miss Curacao. Thank you very much. Would you step over here for a moment? Right over here. Thank you. Miss Curacao. Thank you, ladies, very much, and that completes our first 5 interviews.
Well, I am very impressed with these girls, and I'll tell you why. They have no idea, of course, what question they're going to be asked. And most of them speak English as a second or sometimes a third language, so they really are remarkable, very poised. The next group, Angela, coming up, who do you have your eye on?
Of course, we have to watch out for Miss USSR and Miss Mexico. We came first and second in the preliminaries. But we have to look out for Kelly, Miss USA, too. She brought 300 people from Kansas, and she's a great talker. And Miss Netherlands has a great sense of humor.
Very
she's
funny.
So funny.
Sometimes that much support can bring pressure for the girls. We'll see how it factors in. The interviews with the next 5 semifinalists are coming up right after this.
We are back live in Las Vegas to complete the 1991 Miss Universe interview competition with the remaining 5 candidates. Now, let's meet Miss USSR, Julia Lemegova, who's an 18-year-old model from Moscow who enjoys swimming, gymnastics, and travel. Welcome. Have you noticed many changes in your country since Mr. Gorbachev?
Well, I just can say a short example. I'm here because there is a Gorbachev, and it is it. I couldn't think even 2 years ago that somebody can go to Las Vegas to beauty pageant, and it is it.
There's an amazing thing here. 4 months ago, you could speak no English?
I love you.
That was it? No wonder you got along so well. Have you enjoyed your stay in our country?
Yes.
You were very afraid of these questions, weren't you?
Yes, I do.
You feel better now?
Yeah.
Go over there. Go over there and let the judges give you a score. This is Miss USSR. Next is Miss Venezuela, Jacqueline Rodriguez. She's 19 years old from Caracas. She is a model. And if you will step over here, we'll bring in our translator for a moment. You left home at 16 years of age to be a model in Europe. Where did you get the courage?
Te fuiste de la casa a los 16 años para ir a Europa a hacerte modelo. ¿Cómo te hiciste tan valiente para hacer eso?
Yo, gracias a Dios, siempre he sido una muchacha muy segura de mí misma. Y a los 16 años tuve esa fuerza, no de irme de mi casa, sino de hacer ese viaje a trabajar como modelo, que era un sueño que yo tenía.
Thank God, I've always been a very self-assured person, very self-confident, and at 16 years of age, I had the strength not to leave the house as such, but to carry out a dream and go on that trip to do the modeling work, which is what I'd always wanted to do.
Thank you very much. We were talking with Miss Russia about English words.
Hablamos con la Miss Rusia de palabras en inglés.
What are some English words that you have learned recently?
¿Cuáles son algunas palabras en inglés que has aprendido últimamente?
Be careful with my zipper.
Be careful with your seat belt.
Zipper.
I thought it was going to be, could you tell me, may I have a wake-up call? Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Please, over here. Miss Venezuela. Next is Miss Netherlands, Pauline Housinka. She's 20 years of age. She's a fashion design student, wants to have her own line of clothes one day. What will the Pauline line be like?
Pauline line?
Yes, your line.
Okay, that will be a line what you have to dare to wear, and it will be a little bit sexy, I think. With, you know the bra from Madonna?
Do I know the bra from Madonna? Is there any man in the world who does not know? Yes, I know that. Would that be what your line would be like?
Well, a little bit like that. I love it. I won't say which designer it is because then it's commercials when it isn't a commercial yet. So, but it will be a bit like that. But I will put in my own fantasy, and I think that's the most important part.
You know, I have noticed all week you have been very, very happy. How do you do that? How do you stay happy?
Well, when you have a happy youth, grow up as in a happy family, it's the basic for it to be always happy.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you with us. Would you step over there, please, for the judges? Miss Netherlands. Next is Miss USA, Kelly McCarty, who's 21 years of age, from Liberal, Kansas. She's a student working on a pilot's license. Kelly, everybody else here in the contest is a visitor. You are a native, of course, and so many people have said during the course of the week the person they'd most like to meet is President Bush. You have met him. What's it like?
It was unbelievable. I've been starstruck a few times in my life, but it was even a more exciting feeling for me when I walked into the Oval Office. He said, "Hi, Kelly, come on in." There was no introductions. He was a very genuine, down-to-earth person.
Were you frightened at all?
I was a little bit nervous at first, but he made me feel very comfortable.
You have been an extraordinarily good host. What have you heard most from the other women here about their visit to the United States? What have they asked you most about?
I think the funniest thing that they've all asked me is if everyone in America lives in big hotels with lots of lights around them.
Oh, that was their first glimpse of Las Vegas. Yes. And you assured them?
I assured them that that wasn't true, and I told them about my home back in Kansas, which isn't quite in comparison to that. So I tried to explain a little bit more about America.
Thank you very much. This is Miss USA. Would you step over there, please, Kelly? And next we have Miss Mexico, Lupita Jones, 20 years of age, 23. She's a college graduate. Hopes to have her own business someday.
Happy to see you again.
I'm happy to see you. Do you want your translator? Do you feel comfortable without him?
Well, I'll feel better if she...
Well, why don't you step over here and stand by? Is that all your family up there? Do you have lots of fans?
Well, yeah. Well, they're only my brothers. No, some friends, thank God. Las Vegas is too close to Mexicali, where I live, and so that most of my friends are here, thank God.
The whole town came. All right, let's get serious. Talk a little bit about someday you wish to have your own business. What will it be?
Well, I would like to have a health resort. I call it like that. You know, in Mexico we have a lot of interesting and nice places to meet, and most of the people know Mexico because they can have a lot of fun in Mexico. But I will try to invite the people to Mexico to have some rest in one of those beautiful places that we have. So my health resort will be that health resort where you can eat healthy, do exercise, forget about smoking, forget about stress, about work, telephone, over everything.
All right, thank you very much. This is Miss Mexico. Would you step over here, please? Ladies, thank you all very, very much. That completes our interview competition for Miss Universe 1991.
Strong interviews in this group. I always think about the parents and how proud they look, and well, they should be. Well, let's check the monitor and see how the girls did. Miss Mexico, her fans have a lot to cheer about. She is leading in the interview competition. But the candidate from the Netherlands, who was so funny, is second, and Miss USSR, who was very charming and really, I think, charmed the audience, is third. Everyone did extremely well in the interview competition tonight. We haven't been able to stump the girls as of yet.